Combat, right. Wait, a daring raid. Should we just do that one? I wanna, right, let's exit this and look at the potential voyages that we've got. Voyages? Special voyages. We don't have any left at the moment because I don't have enough skills, unfortunately. 56%. Can we change this? Do you reckon we could? Edit ship. Right, what can we do? This is ship 2, Ramsar figureheads. I guess it's already on the best one. So what I'm going to do is increase the seafaring. Does that increase seafaring? No. Seafaring. Okay, maybe it just automatically does the best ones available to you. Oh, so we want to do more seafaring. Okay, activate. 69%. Giggity. Okay, hulls. We can afford these now. Does that increase seafaring? That's the same. Doesn't matter. That does increase. I don't know whether I want to buy it or not. Rudders. Okay, that's just speed, isn't it? So that makes no difference. Crew. Are there any crew that are better for seafaring? This one's better for... Have we lost crew? They just died. We probably just died straight off. 91%. I will take those odds. Let's start the voyage. Confirm. Half an hour. Okay, so we've got 2 ships out for half an hour. I don't know how many of these are actually going to do a day, so player imports so far going pretty successfully. So probably back in a bit to see how it's going. Yeah, so we'll see how it's going. So I'll see you guys in a bit. More ships have returned. This is very exciting. I'm not going to lie, this has been probably one of the most exciting days for RuneScape content in a while. So yeah, awesome. Now let's go back. This place is getting like busier and busier, but yep, still pretty busy. Also, you might have noticed there on my equipment interface, new scrimshaw slot. It doesn't actually... Do the other ones actually? No, they don't. But that's basically where you're going to get new combat and skilling boosts if you've been reading the behind the scenes posts and whatnot. So let's head in here. Also, I just realised that I left my log behind. So I'm going to really quickly go and get my ship log, and I'm going to show you some interesting stuff on there if you don't know about it already. So I have my captain's log. So if you read this, if I'm right in saying, then it shows you all these different things. We've got this like rune date, whatever that is. I assume that's just equivalent of year. And this is my ships returned and everything. I'll go check that out in a minute. Port visitors, and now we've got these scrolls, which is the awesome thing. Now these are the different armors. Setsu, I believe, is the... I want to say the melee armor. Ceasing is definitely the mage one, and I believe this is the range one. Looking at the colours, that does make sense. And you've got these things like Rocktail Soup, like 2,100 life points, and that's just awesome. But obviously I haven't unlocked any of these, but these are all the scrimshaws that go in that new scrimshaw slot I showed you a minute ago. And yeah, so we've got different things that increase like different things when skilling. So log splitting imparts a chance to split a log as you chop it. Strength plus 3% melee crit. Rock crushing. Yeah, just various awesome things that, like, that's obviously magic ones and just various things. So it's just awesome, really cool things that would add to your combat and skilling, which is kind of cool. Additional birds and nest drop from trees, occasionally implings too. That is kind of cool. Now, this thing at the bottom where it says 0 out of 4 underneath the description, I'm wondering, is that going to be 0 out of 4? You need to collect 4 pieces to make the scroll, or is there 4 different stages of tree shaking or whatever? So I don't really know. And these are all like, obviously the really cool helms, and I can't even wear the range armor, but oh well. And this is just like various information about the captain's log. I don't know what distance travel is. I assume that's just in miles or something. Portal rates, that's kind of cool. So yeah, that's all the information about the captain's log and all that. So now we're going to look at voyages. No, it's not voyages that we're looking for. Voyages available 10. I'm not going to do all the 12 voyages on video because, to be honest, if I was a personal video watcher, I wouldn't just want to watch some guy go back and forwards 12 times in a video. But we'll hopefully see what we can do. Oh, we've unlocked more stuff on our map. So what we're going to do is just see how our port upgrades so much. So if you've ever watched anyone do Minecraft videos, then you'll notice that they basically start a survival map and then it progresses and progresses and progresses. And then it gets to the point where like they have an awesome area over a series of like 100 episodes. So maybe that's what this will end up like, which would be kind of cool. So let's go to the shipyard and check out our voyages. Ship has returned. Is it success? Yes. Success. Absolute rubbish loot though. But leveled up. Leveling up my crew, which is pretty awesome. And what's the other one? Right, if we go to ship 2, also has returned. Get results. And yeah, more stuff. So that's kind of cool. They're all leveling up pretty nicely. Now we've got to see what voyages we've got available. Start voyage, that's not what I want to be doing. Oh, a daring raid. So basically automatically selects the top raid possible. So I could always just do that one, but I want to do the higher level ones. But one thing, a little spoiler, 90 smithing. I've got my 90 smithing. So awesome. So I now can actually make that armor, and I can also make the rune crafting up, the mage armor that you need rune crafting for, because I've had that above 90 for like a year. And unfortunately, don't have the crafting to do the range armor, but then I don't even have the range level to use it, so not that important. Now, I don't know how. Reroll visiting captain? I guess I don't have the opportunity to do that. And the map, you notice that on our map we've explored more now. 23%. So the next area, I assume, is just the skull area. I think. I believe the skull area was mentioned, and that's when we start unlocking more stuff. And I believe that's one of the trimmed comp kit requirements. So not that I'm anywhere near a comp kit, but I will. Port management, crew roster, voyages. Right, let's see what voyages we've got available. We haven't got any special voyages left. Unfortunately, I don't have enough lower 90 skills. But a feat of seamanship. Well, I kind of want to do this one, obviously, because it's that. Well, that's really easy. Should I just? I kind of want to change my crew a little bit. So let's send that voyage straight off, I reckon, because it's difficulty of 3 and it gives us some money. But I mean, there's not really anything interesting happening. I want to discover these scrolls and things. Like, is it a random chance you get scrolls, or is it just various different factors? Adventure on the high seas, confirm. To the rescue. Right, edit ship. So that's a 0 chance. That's not great. To the rescue. Muscle harmless and Eastern Traders. Okay, that's kind of cool. No, ship 2. Okay. Wait. To the rescue. Why is it saying 100%? So it clearly is 100%. Let's do that then. 100% chance. Okay, approximately half an hour. Well, this is all going rather awesomely. I'm really enjoying player imports at the moment, and I hope you guys are as well. But you know, it's all going well. I think it's going to be interesting when we get this awesome high-level armor, just to see how successful we are. Have you noticed how much higher all these different factors have got? Now I've got more money and things. So already progressing through player imports, I think, at a pretty reasonable rate, but I have no idea whether this is quick or not. So I'll see you guys in a second. How's it going, guys? And I am back for the final part of my player imports diary. I honestly haven't decided on a title yet. I actually logged out to do a lot of the editing on the previous part of the video, which, as you know, because you're watching this part, is long. But so what I found out, as I've figured here, is that it still continues while you're logged out. So that's awesome. And why is my frame rate so terrible? Right. I really hope that didn't mess with the audio, but basically that just screwed up a little bit there. So now I've watched back my video, because obviously I've been editing it and listening to everything I've been saying and listening to how stupid I sounded by not having a clue. But I understand a little bit more now, and so I know how to like upgrade various buildings and everything. So what I have here, I believe this is the port management. Port management screen. Okay, so that's not available until you've unlocked the skull region. So I need to basically continue. Oh no, upgrade building. Sorry, not port. Now I can upgrade. So these are the things that I have at the moment. So I can't upgrade any of these things currently because I don't have like enough resources and whatnot, like things like that. I don't have any. Is that gunpowder, I believe? Let's hover over that. That is gunpowder indeed, and I don't have that at the moment. But I can do a ship, right? So boost ship stats by 2%. Let's just build that straight off. Confirm. So that's going better. Just everything. I assume the resources that you need change, like the sort of the more prominent resources, ultimately to the point where you're going to be using stainless steel, which is ultimately going to be the best one. So it's going to be really cool to see, like, obviously the most efficient people at this mini game sort of thing. It's going to be interesting to see who gets the best ports first, and that'll be kind of cool. And oh, can I upgrade my warehouse? Boosted bamboo rewards. I am doing that. We're upgrading our warehouse, people. It's going well. I believe that's all I can upgrade for now because I don't have enough stuff. Totem hotspot. Increase the chance of receiving scroll missions. Yes, please. But we don't have any of those things. I assume there are multiple totem hotspots. 2, 3. Blimey. 4? Upgrade icon hotspot. Chance to attract the occultist adventurer. I swear I've already attracted her. So these are going to unlock more. The more level 90 skills you have, as I unfortunately only have 2, then I can only attract 2 at the moment. But let's move along. What else we got? More hotspots on the end of our ports, and then we can upgrade the portal. Which, to be honest, I don't see the point in it because it's all cosmetic. So maybe when you got enough money and your ships are going out pretty successfully, then you update that. But at the moment, not going to bother. Updated, but yeah, obviously we're back to the beginning there. So now we understand what we're doing with our ships and everything. And this looks cool. Let's see what the black market's got now. This is the warehouse, I believe. Has it got anything else? Oh, got into my pin. So I'll be back in a second, just entering my pin. How do I always manage to forget that? So no chimes currently available at the moment, but that's a bit of a shame. But 6 hours, so yeah. I'm not going to be doing all of my voyages and everything on video, but I'm going to try and do as many as possible, because I want to do these sort of things daily, and it'd be really cool to see like sort of a log and see how much like, I develop as a knowledgeable person of this. And I swear it said my ships were back. Do I... Well, I've already forgotten how to do this. Shipyard. Get results. Here we go. From Twilight, I believe it was. Whoop. More chimes. I mean, these were kind of rubbish voyages, I guess. So let's go back to our other ship. Get results. Mission successful. More bamboo, more coins. So everyone's leveling up. This is all really cool. This is going pretty nicely. Now we're going to start off another voyage. Now I'm going to look at what voyages I've got available to me. So currently no special voyages as expected. And that one doesn't return that much more than the other ones, like A New Home or whatever. And they take the same period of time. So I'm just thinking, is it worth doing the easier ones? Because it will probably return more stuff. And I'm starting to understand this interface a little bit more. So you need that much morale for it to be entirely successful. And then that will increase your overall success chance, obviously. And then the harder it is, I assume, the more you need for that. For example, you need a hell of a lot more combat for To the Rescue. So I don't have anywhere near that. And then basically I'm just going to assume that the higher level you get, the more you're going to need on your target. And that'll make it more and more successful. So that'll be kind of cool. I still haven't... Oh, this is the reroll button, but I haven't unlocked any... Nope. I have unlocked a reroll. By the looks of it, this has removed one of the voyages available, which is a bit of a shame, but you know, it doesn't matter. What have we got here? So if we boost morale, should we... Well, I'm going to go for this one. Let's see if we can boost the morale on this one. Edit ship. How... Is there anything that means you can increase morale? Deck items. I believe the food increases morale. Correct. But it has less seafaring. So overall 82, that's kind of good. Now that was deck items 2. Deck items 1. So if I do small crate of food, that will increase morale but also decrease seafaring, which will overall decrease that. So what have we got else? Seafaring. Got nothing else that seems to do seafaring. What about the hull? Reinforced hull? More seafaring perhaps? No more seafaring, so there's no real point in that. Have we got any crew that will be more effective? Looking for someone that's got better seafaring than my current crew. Well, currently none of them have any good seafaring. So not a huge amount of point. What does that button do? Empty slot, okay. So none of these, besides the smuggler, none of them have very good seafaring. But at the same time, we do need morale. So if we slide this in somewhere where we've got someone with no morale, like Brimhaven Pirate, that has increased it all to... There we go. This is making a little bit more sense. So we need more morale. Has anyone got more morale than... He's got equal morale. Seafaring, we need the seafaring though. So what have we got at the moment? So he's got 84 seat. Also, if you slot him in, it will compromise. Yeah, 97%. So that looks like it's got a hell of a lot more success rate. So let's start the voyage. Confirm. And let's move on to our second ship. And just do the... Yeah, let's just start. I'm just going to see if we can increase the combat in any way. More combat. He has more combat. Let's slide these in. They have more combat. There we go. 100% success. Let's start the voyage. So let's send them off. So that is succeeded in that. So that is our voyages for today. So here we are at the end of day 1 of player imports, and I'm not going to lie, I've had a pretty fun day. I've enjoyed it, and I'd say that as far as I can see, it's going reasonably successfully. So we're going to see how this all ends up going, and I'm hoping that we sort of unlock scrolls and everything with those new totems and everything that increase the chance of scrolls. So it's all going to go pretty cool. But in the interim, I'm going to do some skilling to see if I can get more level 90, so I can do more special voyages. So it's all going to go pretty well. So thank you very much for watching. If you've survived this far through 45 minutes of video, it's been a pretty big editing job, so I really appreciate it if you've managed to like watch all the way through, and just the fact that you've watched it means a lot to me. And so if you could like, the video and just sort of show your appreciation for the amount of time that I've put into this, then it'll mean a lot. And I'll see you tomorrow for probably a slightly shorter video. So, and also this has been my 50th video, which I suppose is a small milestone, which is kind of cool. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.